Hi, folks. This is another episode of Public Nuisance Number One. I'm Terry. I'm glad that you can all join me today. This is Friday, the 15th of August, 2025. I'm telling you that so that I can remember. But I'm going to, for the first time, get a little serious about things today. I want to talk to you about the concept of depression. Now, I'm not talking out of school here. I happen to suffer from depression. So to those who have never felt that loneliness, that self-loathing, and the thought of taking your own life because you feel that everyone else will be better off without you, right? Then you are the ones that I'd like to address. Now, the last census for this was taken in 2021, and in that year there were 21 million adults diagnosed with depression. It does not include adolescents, of course, and so it sounds like a lot of people, right? Well, it is. It is. But the important thing to understand is it's not your fault that your loved ones or your friends have been suffering from depression. And but I would hope that you would want to learn more about this life-sucking, ugly mental health robber. And so I'm just going to give you my 2 cents as a sufferer, because one who suffers from depression usually will stay silent or put on a happy face, act normal. You'll never know what they're going through. And that's going to be the lesson at the end of this thing. So it's hard to talk about parts of this, but we'll talk about some of it. Understand there are as many different variations of depression as there are people in the world. Everybody has their own suffering that they're doing for whatever reason. Their chemical imbalance has caused this, and it takes a lot of time for doctors to recommend and get them on a level playing field through helpful medication. But that's the other point that I'd like to make is the understanding that medication is just a Band-Aid. That's all it is. There's something else deep inside going on, and the lesson here is everybody that you see today and for the rest of your life, everybody, every single soul has something that they're going through. Now, it might not be something huge, but it might. Keep that in mind the next time you're face to face with somebody that seems like they're angry at you, seems like they would like to hurt somebody for whatever reason. Stay close, stay calm, and open your ears. Let them talk. Let them get a lot of stuff out, because that helps tremendously. That's one thing. The other thing is that understanding that the different variations you'll never understand. We go all the way from PTSD to all the way to postpartum depression, and every single one of those is going to be different. I happen to know somebody at both ends of that line. Unfortunately, I know people who have taken their lives because they just couldn't get the right help, the right medication, the right whatever. The important thing here is to remember that we're not all doctors, we're not all psychologists, we're not all, so we don't know. So what can we do? Just be there, be there. Understand this: when a woman goes through postpartum depression, some women go through it a lot harder than others, and it's oh my gosh, what it does to them is just terrible. I happen to know, I had a very good friend who took her own life, and she was suffering through postpartum depression for, I think, like 6 years. I think her boy was 6 years old when she finally took her life. So those are the kind of things that I want you to think about when we talk about these things. Going from point A to point B in that realm, you don't have to guess which one is which. You could always tell when somebody's kind of hurting, and if you know that they're going through some kind of depression or whatever, stay close, stay in touch, call. Call every day. Stop by, have a cup of coffee with them every day. Stop by after work and just see how they're doing. Anything you could do, to keep them on our side, and to keep them thinking about a good life. That's usually what happens, is when we start leaving them alone, and that's for a lot of reasons. I know. You just don't want to hear it. You're tired of listening to the whining or whatever. You're tired of looking at their faces, and it's always, open your heart, open your minds, open your souls. Think before you say anything bad about somebody behind their backs or even in front of them. There's no use for that. There's absolutely zero use for that. It doesn't prolong anybody's life. It could possibly start a fight, and I guess I've been in a couple of those, but just don't be part of the problem. Let's put it that way. That's the easiest way I could describe all this. But find out what their likes are. Maybe they like to go out for ice cream every once in a while. Maybe they like a good cold beer or something. Whatever it is, become their friend. And do that. And I'm fortunate because I'm surrounded by people who love me and take good care of me, and we like to joke around and stuff, and that's fun. We have a lot of fun doing that, and it's all in a good-natured fun, and that's I wish I could send out all my friends and my family here in town. I wish I could send them all out into the world and say, hey, teach everybody out there how to be like you are. It's a hard road. So to my wife Mary, to my daughter Sarah, to my friend Molly, Emma, Dina, and all my good neighbors, Allie, Matt, Stalling, John, Leo, and all of you, and our friend Barb. You people just don't know what you've done. You just don't know how wonderful life is because of you. I try to let Mary, my wife, know that when I can, or when I remember. But let your loved ones know, those of you that are suffering, let them know that what they're doing is truly helping. And I think once the word gets out into the world and we start looking at that side of our society and start loving again, I think we're going to be okay. But that's a long way off from where we are right now. I love y'all, and I'll see you next week.